welcome to episode 199 of the Baseball Brew Crew Podcast. We are keeping baseball history alive, one craft beer at a time. Wherever you are watching or listening to us, please give us a like and a follow. And if you love beer with your baseball, please tell a friend. Let's do it. Here is a lineup card for today. Batting first is our third Ironman heavy metalweight champion that we've had on the show this year from DDT Pro Wrestling. It is Kevin Lyon's second favorite wrestler. Please welcome Chris Brookes. Welcome.
Hello, everyone. Hello. Second favorite wrestler. Third Ironman champion in 1 year. I would like to say is impressive, but I think at this point there's been, 2,000 Ironman champions? So it's probably harder to get a guest that's not been an Ironman champion at this stage.
Well, the other three of us have not been Ironman champions yet. So hopefully there's still hope for us in the future.
Yes.
There's still hope for everyone with the Ironman belt.
Exactly.
Well, thank you for being here today. What is your knowledge of craft beer and baseball? What would you rank it?
Baseball is a solid 0.
Okay.
I know absolutely 0 about baseball. Craft beer, like a 5.
Okay.
I'm an enthusiast. I'm not a expert. There's a lot of people at my local craft beer bar who'll come in every day and be like, yeah, the malts in that was just right, like the hops in that one. And I'll be like, well, I don't know, it tastes good, it tastes fine. I like beer. I drink a lot of beer. Excessively, some might say. But
all right. Well,
technically, not very, but I make beer.
With the right crowd. And we're probably going to disprove your 5 there. I think that we're going to push you a little bit higher. I think you know a little bit more. So I can't wait to talk more about it. Our newest acquisition and first international signing of the Baseball Brew Crew, the Big Hurt Alan Jepson, could not be here tonight. Batting a second is the field correspondent and senior research analyst at the Baseball Brew Crew. It is his 50th birthday. That's right. It is Kevin Lyon. How are you doing tonight, sir? I know you say 50, 150 or
no, excuse me. I don't know. Are we talking 50 years, 50 decades, 50 centuries, 50 millennia, or what I fear most of all is I have 50 minutes left. At the end of the show, I might.
Fingers crossed, dude. Fingers crossed.
Jack has me number 1 in the death pool, so he's hoping that this beer is going to be my last beer.
If there's a death pool, I'd also like to take Kevin. Just to that. I think that's a pretty safe bet.
That's why this is my second favorite wrestler in the world. And, cheers to you for joining us tonight, Mr. Brookes.
Yeah, it's so awesome. Yes. Kevin and Chris met in person in Japan. So I can't wait to talk more about this craft beer and wrestling connection. Batting third is the Goodwill Ambassador and the Sultan of Swig at the Baseball Brew Crew. It is Cowboy Jack Durango. Do you have another promo for us?
I do. And, the World Baseball Federation, we're putting together our roster of teams. And we talked about 2 cities on a few episodes ago. And it's what we like to call the Cowboy Jack Durango rub. They hear that and they started up a team right away. I've got 2 teams for you to introduce. It is from Galveston, Texas, and Tokyo, Japan. It's the Galveston, Texas Naked Meth Heads and the Tokyo, Japan Used Panty Vending Machines. The 2 newest teams to the World Baseball Federation. Galveston, Texas, famous for naked meth heads. And thanks to Kevin, sent a lot of pictures when he was in Japan of used panty vending machines. He went to a lot of them. He had to bring a second suitcase to bring back all of his souvenirs. And we talked about it on the show, and they contacted the World Baseball Federation, and they want in. We've got 2 new teams, the Galveston, Texas Naked Meth Heads and the Tokyo, Japan Used Panty Vending Machines.
So good. And these are the other teams. The league is forming. Jack has been cultivating these teams. Chris, what is your favorite team here among these? What is it? 10 teams so far. There's actually like 500 teams waiting to be in the league, but these are the first 10. What stands out to you?
These being monetized, because if not, I'm telling you, you're missing out on such a revenue of income. These are incredible to begin with.
I'm a genius. Thank you, Chris.
These should be being sold on shirts somewhere. Because I personally, you asked me my favorite team. I have to represent not my home, but where I currently reside. I would definitely be purchasing a Tokyo, Japan used panty vending machine baseball shirt.
It looks like Chris Brookes just became my favorite wrestler, boys.
There you go. Fuck you, Taro. You're out.
All right. Oh well.
Yeah,
You
there's
just moved down. You're now my 12th favorite former SoCal professional wrestler.
You know what? I totally understand why.
Yeah, he falls right behind Buddy George.
You mother.
He's right. Like it goes like there's like the top echelon, and then as we get further down, there's like Baby Slim and Bobby Quant.
Baby Slim rules.
And then it's a big list, and then we get further down, and then like there's Hook Bombery, and then Taro.
Wow.
Wow.
Going deep. Going
This guy
deep with
knows
your
his
knowledge.
stuff. Right on.
Some SoCal legends in there. I love it. Yes. Well, yeah, this is fantastic. Thank you, Jack. I appreciate that. I can't wait till next week and see how we can. We might get our channel taken off the air, but I look forward to the next two teams. Well, my name is Michael Mondragon, your humble host for the festivities tonight. As always, we bring a new and unique craft beer to review and enjoy. So what are you drinking out there tonight? Let us know in the chat. And I'm going to start with you, Chris, with your beer. Tell us more about this one.
I'm currently drinking my beer. So this came about because I think it was probably like 6 months or so ago, DDT first released. So the group I have in DDT right now at the moment is called Schadenfreude International. And they were like, Chris, we're going to do like a collaboration beer. And they sent me like a label design. And it was like some AI generated thing, and I despised it. And I was like, well, that sucks. At least let me make a different label. But I had no like involvement in the process of like making the beer, which felt kind of cheap to me. I was like, that's not really as cool as it could be. So there's a place that's really close to where I live in Tokyo called Pintology, which is a craft beer bar. It's run by a guy from Indiana called Kyle and his wife, Yuki from Japan. And I was speaking to him there about the beer, and I was like, I'd really like to make my own beer, though. Like, I think actually producing something would be like the coolest thing to do. And he was like, well, the Bushi's the brewery down in Yokohama. Like, we could speak to Mac there, go down there and make a beer. So we did. And basically, my involvement was what kind of flavors what do you want it to taste like? And like, I compared it to a few other beers that I was fond of or liked. And he was like, oh, we can make something similar to that. And then like different prerequisites came from different places. Like the label was designed by a guy named Ian, and he was like, it at least has to be 7% or I won't drink it. So it ended up being pretty strong. We went down there, made beer, and then it came out just like much better than I anticipated. I didn't think it was anywhere near as good as it was.
It's really good. It's really good. Definitely.
That seems to be like most people's consensus. Like, and obviously people aren't probably going to drink my beer that I made in front of me and be like, that tastes like shit. But everyone who drank it was like, whoa. No, that's really good. And I think it is really good.
And what's nice is that it's a West Coast style, which, Michael and I especially going to be like West Coast IPA snobs, but it has that citrus flavor to go along with the bitterness because, I don't know how much the average Japanese person is having an IPA, but if you're going to give them one with a little bit of citrusy flavor along with the bitterness, they're going to like it.
I think so I'm going to Pintology like every day or every second day, and they'll always have various like IPAs, American Pale Ales, West Coast IPAs on tap, and like it always kind of like it's a very it's like a huge spectrum of like what you're actually going to get from it. Whereas I feel like this, when you drink it, it's kind of like without being, because I think if it was like more like a session ale, it was lower, it would be like, it's like a good introductory thing. It's not introductory thing in terms of alcohol content, but I think for like the flavor profile, like the notes that you want it to hit to say like, I'm drinking craft beer now, not drinking regular lager. Like it kind of has a little bit of everything. It smells really good. It's got a great scent to it. It's got that bitterness. It's got that citrusiness to it. Like for just someone trying it for the first time being like, I don't even know what craft beer is. Like this is a pretty perfect one to taste, I think.
Absolutely.
Which I think is like a good direction to go in when you're making something for a lot of people who, because with the wrestling crossover, a lot of people are going to be drinking craft beer who usually wouldn't. So I think it kind of like ticks all the boxes and came out surprisingly well.
Now, how's it been? Have you had like fans who bought your beer because you're involved with it who don't drink craft beer? Have you got any kind of response from people like that at all?
Oh yeah, 100%. Because I think typically DDT's audience, I would say predominantly. I mean, you can speak to it. You've been to like the shows yourself. I would say the audience is predominantly like a younger to middle-aged like female audience, which is not like typically, especially in Japan, like your craft beer consumer.
Yeah.
Like that's an audience that would typically be drinking lemon sours or highballs, or maybe in a rare instance they'll have like an Asahi or a Sapporo Black Label or whatever.
Right.
And I think the alcohol content too is quite high. So I think especially for that kind of audience, it's something you want to slowly enjoy one of rather than like trying to, just knock them back or whatever.
Well, mind you, Chris and I think already almost finished one in the last 11 minutes of this show. Which
mine's
is okay.
gone. I'm gonna go get another one. Don't worry. Even though it's currently 10:30 a.m.
Oh, that's right.
Prime drinking hours. Prime drinking hours.
Yeah.
I think most of the people who tried it, especially like from the wrestling crossover, were people who typically wouldn't drink craft beer, but really enjoyed it. And I think it kind of opened their mind to like, oh, craft beer can be interesting, can be good. Like I want to try that again. And then similarly, like going to Pintology so regularly, I got the crossover too of like the regular craft beer drinkers who drink it every week or whatever, and they liked it too, which I think is like, it's a very good medium of like the real snobs enjoy it, but for like someone who's first trying it, it's also pretty not necessarily palatable because it has got like a very strong bitterness to it, but I think it's a good introductory one to try.
Changing lives.
Yeah. How hard is getting hops over there?
Obviously, like I think everything in terms of like the hops is imported, so I think it's difficult. But like again, like even Pintology, most of their beers are imported. Like there is a lot of actual craft breweries, microbreweries now in Japan. But even when you go to Pintology, like a lot of their kegs that they've got on the cans in the fridge is all still imported stuff as well. I think like that's the hard thing. I think with craft beer is it's such a more costly process, which is maybe why it's not as popular in Japan yet as it is the rest of the world, because obviously here they're churning out Sapporo, Kirin, Asahi and whatever, and the average beer consumer here wants that dirt cheap for 500 yen for a pint glass, which is like, I don't know, $4 or $5 or whatever in the izakaya, and they're going to go through 10 of them. Whereas like the craft beer process with all the importing and more care that goes behind it, it's like this one, it came out to like a can was like 1,400 yen or something. Yeah, which I don't know what that is in dollars, but it's definitely a higher hurdle.
And I think when I went and got the on draft at Pintology, I think it was like 1,600 or 1,700, which would be like $12 just American, something like that. And if you go to a baseball game and you see, here's the beer girl with the beer keg on her back, you're getting a pint for like 900 yen, which I'm just like, I can't believe I'm getting a beer for like $7 at a ball game. But trying to find something like this at the ballpark I didn't really see much of that. I'd much rather drink stuff like this.
The drinking culture in Japan is crazy, for better or for worse. Like, and especially now with the weak yen, if you're doing it from dollar, like it's going to be so cheap. Like 500, I said 500 or 600 yen conservatively for like a pint of beer, which I don't know what that is in dollars, but like that's the upper echelon. Like you can find beers here in certain izakayas where it's like 300 yen a beer. Or like all you can drink for 2 hours for 2,000 yen, which is like, I don't know, $20 or whatever.
No, less than that now, because that's not, the yen used to be around 100 or so. It's around 70 now. So it'd probably be like, I was getting like a tall can of something, and I'm like, let's get a tall can. It's like $2. I'm like, the world, that's just crazy. So
yeah, you get a tall Sapporo or super dry. It's all 300 yen-ish. So about $2 maybe.
And the equipment, I'm sure, is I know it here that people would kind of wait to get big vats like this cheap, like the breweries that would go out of business, they could get them cheap, but then they would also invest in ones from like Europe and stuff like that, which were like, and then the shipping costs over here to get them over here was also a big cost. So the fact that it's probably a smart move to do it with a brewery a company that's actually brewing beers, and you can get this done. So I think that's a pretty smart way of doing it.
I'm sorry, I was going to ask Chris, where this brewery is in Yokohama?
This brewery is in Bashamichi in Yokohama, and then I think
Okay.
in probably this photo on the right, Mac was explaining to me kind of like the cost of all the equipment when they like got the brewery set up.
Okay.
And I think the crazier thing that he said was, I think all the stuff on the left, which you're seeing, that's like the brewing process of the beer.
Mhm.
I think he said the cost of all that, and I think he said it was like not the highest quality you could get, but not the lowest, kind of like a middling quality. I think he said was around, was it 1,000,000 yen? Which would be like $10,000 or something.
No, that something like that. Yeah.
But then he said similarly, all the equipment on the left that you can see there, you can see just behind me on the photo is just the machine that is for canning this beer. Like it just cans the beer without having to do it. It doesn't fully automatically do it. It's like one by hand, but it goes like straight from the vat into the can. And he said that machine there, which just cans the beer, costs the same as everything on the left.
Wow.
So you're definitely going to want to can those beers to make your money back. Yeah. Dang. Wow.
Yeah. And there was a time when they, bottles were favored over cans, and then cans became the way to actually do craft beer, with the thinking that they would actually keep longer. With the bottling, it actually it would escape. Some of the stuff would escape out of there.
And I'm assuming part of it goes to the recyclable portion of it too, because now at least I don't know about in Japan, but there's some breweries I've been to here where it tells you to take the label off the can, so that way it's a better recyclable source.
Right.
That was
right.
Thing I've seen in America.
Which is like craft beer always has such cool designs anyway. You should be taking the label off and keeping it for something. Like the good thing about the Pintology bar you went to, I don't know if you noticed, like the walls are just like plastered with like beer stickers, because it's like, well, drink the beer, take it off.
I gotta find something to do with this now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I said you're my second favorite wrestler, but you're the first wrestler we've ever had on the show who made his own beer. So you know what?
Oh. No, that's not true, Kevin.
Oh, because Tony Deppen, I'm sorry.
Wow.
Sorry.
It wasn't even that long ago. How'd you forget that?
Because
I was looking at the archive. That was like recent.
Because I'm trying to kiss Chris Brooks' ass here, all right? God. Tony Deppen is so like 2 months ago.
To be fair, Kevin is a massive alcoholic with extreme CTE. So,
your CTE must be so much worse than your average professional wrestler.
So bad.
That is saying something.
There was that they did the WWE like Legends House series, and there was a Hillbilly Jim quote, I think. Hacksaw Jim Duggan or Hillbilly Jim, and he was like, "I'm here for a good time, not a long time." And I feel like your pro wrestling career was here for a bad time, not a long time.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
We're gonna. That's your next merchandising. We're gonna put that on a shirt, Kevin, for you.
Okay. Sure.
I'll buy one.
Yeah. Right, thank you.
I would love to get this, but you can only get it in Japan, correct?
Yeah. Sorry. I only bought back one.
Yes, and it's probably impossible to bring back.
I think so. This one, the first run that we did, the existing is exhausting. That's like completely sold out now. Anyway, obviously there's difficulty anyway. Like the laws of like sending alcohol overseas, and it's like I think that's consumption or sales though. So I think in about 2 weeks, the second batch of this is going to be ready. It's going to be called Still Exhausted, because like the hops have been changed around a little bit.
Okay, cool.
And the label is going to be different. But I think if I send some to Kevin, I think I could send you a few cans as a present or whatever. And that would get in if it was not for like, it wasn't sold for financial reasons. I think you can you can probably send alcohol as a gift, right? I'll lie. I'll just put shampoo on the label.
I think I sent beers to our friend who's on the show night in Canada, and I think what we were told to put on there is fermented yeast samples.
Yeah.
What we're told to put on the label.
Okay, well, the second batch, I'll give you a few cans, and I'll send them over as fermented yeast samples so that everyone can try some of the next one.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Perfect. Well, thank you for that. I mean, it's a great in-depth. I can't wait to hopefully one day drink one of these beers. It seems like a labor of love and looks very, very cool. And I'm very jealous of Kevin that he got to drink one.
Quite a few, sir. I really enjoyed it. I'm I'm not going to drink anything else at this Pintology place. I'm going to support my favorite wrestler, Chris.
It's a good thing that Zack Sabre Jr. doesn't make a beer.
I know.
I'd be out.
Uh-huh.
So Kevin,
Yes, sir.
What is this Tampa Bay Brewing Company beer you got?
Gosh, now I gotta find it. Where's my beer at? Let me get this out here. Yesterday, while I was in beautiful Oceanside, California, met up with an anonymous friend of the show. I'm sorry, we want to keep his anonymity, but also driving with us, it's our San Diego field correspondent, Barbara, who, while in Tampa, Florida, was nice enough to bring back a can for me of this beer called Cloudy Donkey. It's a hazy New England style hazy pale ale from Tampa Bay Brewing Company. Wish me luck. I'm gonna drink a beer from Tampa Bay, Florida. So let's hope that I don't end up as zombie with bath salts or in the Florida man. I mean, I'm not gonna be much worse off than I am already. But this looks like it looked like a pretty nice beer from the Reed. She would not steer me wrong. I definitely trust her. She's gotten some good content here. And so it says here, this double dry hopped hazy Reef Donkey provides a more aromatic beer with a softer mouth feel. London fog yeast. London. There you go. Well, you're not from London. Are you, sir? What part are you originally from and overseas, sir, Mr. Brookes?
What kind of research are you doing for this show? Why don't you know that yourself?
Son of them.
Yeah, I've got an ear for accents, so I bet I can nail it down to the city. You ready for this?
Oh, go ahead.
Here, give me a sentence. Just give me a quick little sentence.
I'm excited to hear this because most people say that I don't sound like where I'm from.
I got it. Paris, France.
Nail on the head. You got it perfect.
We do our research here.
I was going to read about this beer, but now I don't think I should. It just smells good and hopefully
What percent is it?
It's lighter. It's a hazy pale ale, so it's a 5.5. So this is just like drinking water.
It's a breakfast beer.
Yeah. But you know what? I'm 3 in, so we're good. Cheers.
Yeah, and from what I saw, this is the Cloudy Donkey. I also saw that they had other beers that were. So this is a whole series of beers
of the donkey. Even though it's a fish, is it a donkey fish?
Who knows? I know we have to do more. I think this is our
hashtag do the research here at the Baseball Brew Crew, sir.
Yes, I think this is our first Florida beer as well on the show.
I believe it might be. Yes, sir.
Yeah. All right.
You covered all these by now. I don't know. We'll wait and see.
We'll see. Good one. So I was actually back in Los Angeles this weekend, last weekend, I should say, and I got a chance to go back to one of my favorites, Highland Park Brewery. And this is the Turbo Button. It's a New England hazy IPA, 7% ABV, a double dry hopped hazy double IPA brewed with our friends from Alvarado Street. So it's double dry hopped with Nelson Sauvin, Abstract Quantum, HBC 1019, Nectaron Cryo, Nelson Sauvin, and Crush. Not this Crush.
Oh, sorry, I was already ready.
Demolition Crush.
Not the third member.
I was going Shaka Bra Crush.
Yes, but if you haven't had a Highland Park Brewing beer, it is one of my favorites in Los Angeles. I had to get it while I was there. But I also had one earlier. We had to delay some shows, but I wanted to also talk about this one. The event that I was going to was actually in Hollywood, and this is another favorite of ours from Paperback Brewing. This is Hollywood Forever. It's a 6.8 ABV, 48 IBU, Hollywood Forever West Coast style IPA burst with notes of juicy passion fruit, ripe peach, zesty grapefruit, balanced with hints of white peach and sweet strawberry. From Hollywood Walk of Fame to your back porch, this crushable IPA is a crisp, flavorful brew of perfect golden hour sipping, making your dreams come true to life. If you've been in this area, this is a very famous. It's actually no longer there right now. I don't think it's
the building's still there, but the theater is closed.
Yeah, so this was a very famous theater in Hollywood, but it's literally my event was right down the street. So I definitely had to do this one as well. So this is a great one.
And these guys do amazing artwork. I'm like, this one, I'm like, man, I want to get this from Paperback. Paperback's definitely one of our favorite breweries, and all their cans are like artwork like this, like really just fun. And there's been some wrestling inspired ones too.
Give me a little bit of vibe of a wrestling superstar Virgil on the.
Yeah, absolutely.
Totally.
I was gonna say that's what most of my Halloweens looked like growing up as a kid, but I can see that.
Yeah, they had one called like Road Rage on the 405. If you were familiar with the 405 freeway in Los Angeles, also like Russian poodles from communist poodles from Russia was another.
There was the wrestling one I had on a while ago that was like the Mega Powers. It was like Russia versus United States. I'd have to like remember what that was called. It was a really beautiful artwork.
And then pulled up the Road Rage one. That's very cool.
Yeah. And then the one for baseball that they have is it's called Bunny with a Chainsaw, but because it's Dodgers, it's Blue Bunny with a Chainsaw. Yeah. So that's one you'll probably see for baseball related. So we love Paperback. It's great. And Highland Park and Alvarado. So some great LA breweries right there. So Kevin, it is your 50th birthday, and we wanted to celebrate. Right?
That's
luckily we had Chris on there. that is actually, this is flash forward. This is not AI. This is what
Kevin looks familiar, but that's not me. I don't think
it'll be 20 years from now. This will be you.
Oh, holy 20 years! Thank goodness. That'll be tomorrow.
20 years is ambitious, I feel.
Yeah. That guy looks way younger than Kevin does currently.
Where's his branding iron, Jack? Where's my branding iron?
Yeah, he switched it out for the Universal Championship.
That was an interesting photo.
He sold it to some mark in California.
That'd be me.
You own a branding iron?
I bought a branding iron at a show I saw Terry Funk at in 1995. It was him versus Sabu, and bought the branding iron, and I get ripped to this day because it says double cross, but it's not a double cross. It's single cross. And Jack will make fun of me to this day about it. Yeah, but I literally gave it to Terry Funk, and he used it in the match hitting Sabu. So I have a used relic, as we say in the baseball.
But you bought it and then gave it to him, and then he used it.
Yeah.
Oh, you didn't buy it from him like it is merchandise.
That's merchandise too. I bought it, and I was front row. And you remember what was Wally Yamaguchi's name in WWE? Was he just Wally Yamaguchi?
Mr. Yamaguchi.
So he was doing he was doing the Mr. Toyota gimmick that he did Michinoku Pro with Jinsei, with the face paint, and he was Mr. Toyota. And Sabu's tied the ropes after the match, and he's all, Wally! Like screaming for Wally, and I'm all, Terry! And I held my branding iron. He waved for me, and I gave it to him, and I told the security guard, you better bleep and make sure I get that branding iron back. And
how about the branding iron that you'd already purchased from him?
Yes, that I bought from at his booth. Hit Sabu in the midsection with it, and I got it back.
Did he have multiple or just one?
I don't remember. I just bought one for like $25, $30 back in 1995. So I don't know how much that would be worth.
Well, this is insane though, because we've got to fact check this. This is actually wild. Like, wrestlers will always do the carny, scummy thing of like, we broke a table, like we'll sell pieces of the table afterwards. You bought an item he hadn't used yet.
Nope.
To give him to use, to then have it returned to you.
Yes. I did the opposite.
At merchandise tomorrow, I just have a steel chair next to my 8x10s. And I'm like, oh, you can buy it. Yeah, it's $50.
I mean, it was just serendipity.
They're like, okay, yeah, sure. But did you use it in a match? I'm like, not yet. And just during the match, I'm like, okay, give me that now.
Well,
there you go. Now it's ring used.
Mr. Brookes, this is my serendipity of Terry Funk, because the reason why he showed Terry Funk in that photo is Terry Funk's birthday would have also been today, June 30th, when we record this. I shared a photo. I shared a birthday with Terry Funk. My favorite wrestler of all time. My actual favorite wrestler of all time. Sorry.
Here we go. We're on what?
Here we go again.
One tonight?
Here we go again. But you know who else I have to share a birthday with on this day?
Not Vince McMahon or Funaki, because they share my birthday.
Oh, wow.
Okay. Well, Mike Tyson.
Solid.
Cody Rhodes.
Cody Rhodes, that's all right.
Cody Rhodes is 10 years younger than me.
Wow.
Or maybe 10 centuries. Sorry, 10 centuries. I'm sorry. Let me clarify that. Yeah, that was weird, Mike. Was that a rib by Dusty to make sure he had his kid on Terry Funk's birthday? You ain't fucking dog. You had your boy on my birthday. Sorry,
Well, it's funny, Kevin. I think I think we need to teach you the word favorite, what that actually means.
I don't know what that means. Obviously, because I don't have I abandoned my favorite baseball team. I don't know what any of that stuff means.
No, he knows what favorite means. He just has no loyalty.
That's exactly what it is.
Yes,
I'm sorry.
Spineless, as they say.
Yes.
So, Chris, what if you were like what's a sport that you follow?
Wrestling's like, yeah, no.
Anything?
No, nothing.
What's a band that you love?
Band, 9 Inch Nails.
All right, perfect. Okay, so 9 Inch Nails actually is a good band. Okay, so
Mondragon, is it your favorite band?
No, it's one of your favorites of all time, correct?
I'd say number one favorite in the top 5, definitely. Number one, like probably.
Me. Okay.
No, I'd say they're number one. I say they're number one, but there's other contenders in the same echelon. But I'd say number one is 9 Inch Nails.
Okay. So 9 Inch Nails, the reason I say that is it's a good comparison because they were huge in the 90s, right? And then they moved over to the 2000s. I have a huge resurgence right now. Great band. And I've seen them many times myself. So what if Kevin goes like, yeah, I'm not so much into 9 Inch Nails anymore. I'm a huge Dua Lipa fan. I'm all about it. And I remember 9 Inch Nails. They had their moment, head like a hole. Yeah, we get it. But
pigs. They talked about the pigs, but Dua Lipa.
Yeah,
I love Zach. He's my favorite. Chris, he's my favorite. I mean, Terry Funk though, he's number one.
Well, Kevin did this with a baseball team recently. He left a longtime baseball team that he had loved as a child and grew up with and struggled with, and recently went over to the dark side and became, he was a big California and Los Angeles Angels fan.
Where's my Angels hat?
Yes, and then moved over to the Dodgers. He's a Dodger fan now.
What that means.
All for one player. It's because he's got no spine.
But by the comparison that was just made, I don't know what it means. However, the 9 Inch Nails thing, like something that was like historical, like you've got a lot of history with it, like you grew up with it, that it's meant so much to you. But like now, Dua Lipa, like it's just what's in the charts at the moment, like the most popular thing today. So like the comparison I get. So you just sold out.
He sold out, exactly.
Sure.
Sold out or bought in.
He bought in. He definitely bought in.
Oh God! I mean, I'm spending more on Dodger games than I did on Angel games for sure. If I do that. Ugh.
Yes.
Why? What happened? What changed?
I mean,
the prices of merchandise, tickets, everything is 5 times as much.
Why did you leave the Angels, Kevin?
You really want me? I don't have an hour to go into it.
Yeah, you did. Like the episodes are usually an hour and 20 minutes. I've checked, and like we're at 35. So you do technically have an hour. You can get into your betrayal.
Oh, exactly. Well,
like we've already talked beer, so let's talk about you just betraying everything you've ever loved since you were a child.
Right, everything that you stood for. Yeah.
Well, baseball didn't exist when I was a child. I thought we established that firmly. I mean, I did sports exist when I was a child? I think we were just wrestling on the ground in the Olympics. And is that pancration? I think that's what that was called back in the ancient Olympics.
Let's not sidestep.
I'm trying to sidestep, but I'm sick of talking about this.
Thank you, Chris. Thanks,
Chris.
What happened? Why?
Chris is already in. How do I explain so hey, Chris, you were a wrestling fan growing up. A baseball player on the Angels died under mysterious circumstances. They found him unconscious, dead in a hotel room. And it turned out he had a mix of, I believe, somas and and alcohol.
Sick. Okay, so we know he's cool. All right.
And dead. And more or less, the Angels franchise was trying to sweep this under the rug and just ignore that this ever happened after
You still like wrestling? You like the WWF?
Exactly.
I don't mind that.
You want to talk about? They tried to sweep some shady stuff under the rug, so I had to, knock it on the head. I still like wrestling, though.
I like wrestling, but I didn't say. Hey, I didn't say any WWF wrestlers are my favorite wrestler, Chris Brookes. Although Terry Funk wrestled WWF.
You like Jimmy Snuka?
Jimmy Snuka drank all my beer in a hotel room once. Not a fan. and while watching a movie starring The Rock that he just had to watch, The Rundown.
My cousin. He's my cousin, brother, because we're all related.
Nephew. That's my nephew, brother.
No, it's my nephew.
And he drank all of my beer.
So the Angels was a moral compass issue. You've had to leave them based on morals.
Yeah.
And there was that, and the ownership is just terrible. And I've had a couple times where I'm like, I'm done with them. I'm not going to support them anymore. And then the last straw was my favorite player, which is the Shohei Ohtani with the Dodgers. You probably see him everywhere on billboards over there. With the Dodgers, I'm like, you know what? I'm done. And then the Dodgers are great.
I'll give you the real reason, since Kevin doesn't want to. They couldn't win a game, and he wanted to cheer for the winners for once. So that's really what it boils down to.
It was a 50-50 split, more so like 70-30. Like the morals were here, and like, I'm just fucking sick of losing.
Exactly.
Ohtani's so fucking cool.
Yes, exactly.
Exactly. Yeah. I'll own up to that. Yeah, that's accurate.
You got to celebrate a championship, and so it's
You're living like a winner now.
No.
and guilt free.
No.
He got to celebrate a championship with that. What was it, like a $50,000 love doll that you got? The Shohei Ohtani love doll? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, he was a happy man. He was a happy man.
There in the corner.
It's over there right by the TARO mask and the branding iron.
And the branding iron, where the branding iron is.
Well,
it might be behind my properly framed Tim and Eric poster.
If you said this is episode 191.
199.
199.
Yes.
And that poster has been there the whole time.
Yes, it really has.
If no one has ever before me commented on the horrendous placement of that poster, I'd seriously question your audience. I just don't know who does that. Like, that would be harder to do. Like, to get a nail up there in the corner of the room to like put that up there.
Nailed. It's not even nailed up. It's just like an adhesive thing I put up.
No, Chris, I look at our analytics, and I'm starting to see a trend here. I think we might have to change this.
I might have to bring that down. Right.
I think it might be the culprit. Kevin, we might have to make a change soon. Episode 200, that's moving.
I think you want to make the biggest, best change. Not only does the poster go.
Well done. Well done. I wish he would have stayed gone.
Right, there's still time, Jack. Don't worry. Still time. Oh, no.
In honor of Kevin's 50th, we're gonna play a little baseball Jeopardy, and Chris, I want you to participate in this and give your best answer. You're gonna actually be our first answer on all of these. Remember to answer in question form.
Right. Jeopardy. What is?
Okay, so it's baseball Jeopardy. So I'm gonna give you the answer, and then you have to answer what it is in question form. So I just want you to give your first reaction. Jack, you'll go next, and then Kevin, you can come up the rear, as it were.
I know. I mean, never mind.
Nope. Moving on. Moving on.
In post for sure. All right, here we go. Let's start out. All right, this Hall of Famer was the first to hit 50 home runs in a season, hitting 54 in 1920 and 59 in 1921. Chris, who is
Babe Ruth?
Oh my God!
Yes!
Wow!
I didn't know it was that long ago. I just know he's like, he's like one of the most famous baseball players ever. Right?
There you go. You nailed it.
Okay. I didn't know it was that long ago. Oh, there you go.
Chris
Totally.
Brooks.
I didn't even Google. I couldn't have Googled. I answered too quickly.
You're already wearing the Cowboy Jack at this.
Whoa.
All right.
Keep the gloves up, kid.
No.
Let's see if you can go
Gloves are down tonight,
2 for
brother.
2 here. This will be fun.
I don't think I will.
All right. This Hall of Famer from Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, shot to the top and had 50 career home runs.
Oh, that's hard. He's not good.
Who is Jim Ross?
Yeah, he's
That's a
close.
great guess. That's a very close
He
guess.
was actually kind of close.
Yeah, you
That's what I'm
are.
looking at.
Boomer Sooner. That's football, I think.
That's it.
That's
That's
right.
so
You
good.
realize how close you were.
You
Let
are
me just say he
very-
was half right, Cowboy Jack Durango.
Yes, Cowboy Jack. Who is it?
That would be who is Gerald Briscoe?
Very good, though. Very good guess.
You know
I
what's
like that.
funny? I mean, if I'm correct on this answer, and who knows, maybe I'm not. But is Chris Brooks closer to the answer than Cowboy Jack Durango?
I think he might be.
Because by a name he said. Because I'm like, is this the one and only? Who is Jim Thorpe?
No,
Oh, I'm wrong too. All right, never mind.
it is Bullet Rogan.
Bullet Rogan, come on, Jack. You love Bullet Rogan.
I love Bullet Rogan.
50 career home runs. Only 50.
Only.
Yeah. But a legend. Shot to the top. That's a little hint.
Oh,
There you go. Shot to the top.
I see what you did there.
Yes,
That-
thank
yeah.
you. There'll be some more of that here.
we're gonna need that help apparently.
hint,
Yeah,
hint.
we're ready.
All right.
Chris Brooks got this
So
stuff.
Chris got this.
I don't got this.
It's all right.
Surprisingly, this one-team Hall of Famer from Dallas, Texas, became a Midwest icon in the 50s and 60s and has only, spelled wrong, 50 career stolen bases.
It's all right. Well, I'm,
Who is Terry Funk?
there you go.
Great guess.
Ah,
Great guess. From the
Is it
Double
the-
Cross Ranch.
Sit this one out, Kevin. Who is Eric Embry?
Wow. Wow. That is amazing.
Excuse
What a
me.
guess.
I know why you were wrong. May I correct Jack's answer, please?
Go for
That's
Who
it.
is
who is
Eric what?
flamboyant.
Flamboyant
Eric Embry.
Eric Embry. That is
Thank you.
fantastic
Thank
guess.
you. Thank you.
That is a
Oh, wait,
deep,
are we-
deep
are we-
Texas cut of a wrestling. Kevin, any guess?
Oh no. Oh, we're still going here.
Yeah.
I mean,
Flamboyant Eric
surprisingly
Embry.
Surprisingly, still it's spelled wrong too. So I'm like, oh, wait a minute. One. Surprisingly.
Oh, surprisingly.
Surpsingly.
Surprisingly.
My
That's
goodness.
me writing about. I need to change my surf before
Did-
I came
did-
on the show tonight.
Did Kevin write these questions?
I can't wait to change that in post.
I just wrote that. I wrote that like right before we came on the air.
Yes.
Became a Midwest icon in the 50s and 60s. Oh my God, it's got to be who is Slim Whitman?
Wow. I was surprised to see this, and I can't believe this is
I'm just
true, but I
having fun.
looked it up. Who is Ernie Banks?
Oh, Mr. Cub.
Mr.
That's
Cub.
probably Jack's favorite player.
Big cat, Ernie Banks.
There you go. Same.
All right. So, Chris, you're.
Oh no, is the more.
No, it's all right.
More.
Just hang tight. It's all right.
This Hall of Famer from Lancaster, Pennsylvania, played for the Cubs, Cardinals, and Braves, and struck out 50 times in 102 at bats.
Who is Daryl Strawberry?
Oh my
Yes.
gosh.
The fact that you put that
Nice.
name
That
out.
is
Nice.
a great guess.
Love it.
That is a
I'm
great
going to
guess.
throw names out. Thank you.
Cowboy
Well, I
Jack.
already used my Babe Ruth, and I don't know any more baseball players. So
That's
I was
all
like,
right,
who was
it's all
in
right,
who was
man.
in that
Just having
episode of
fun.
The Simpsons?
That's right.
There you go. Very good.
Let's go. Strikeouts, Lancaster, Pennsylvania. Mike Trout.
Great guess. He's from New Jersey, I believe.
Yeah. I know.
That's what that smell was.
Darn it. Is this Tony Deppin's like aunt, like uncle-in-law? Is it that person?
No.
Oh, darn. Because I remember, was it Tony Deppin's wife's great uncle was in the Hall of Famer?
Yeah.
Is that what it was? But it's not
No.
this person?
No.
Oh, darn. Struck out 50 times at 102. Gosh. I don't know. Who's Warren Spahn? I don't think I'm right on that.
It is
Oh,
Bruce Sutter.
Gosh.
Bruce Sutter, 50 career strikeouts. All right.
This is actually pretty hard.
So this pitcher, born in Honolulu, was an integral part of the Mets pitching staff in 1986. When they captured the World Series title. He was 16-6 that season with a 3.52 ERA and 31 starts. Chris Brookes, your best guess.
Honolulu, easy. Who is Kona Crush?
Yes.
Solid, dude. Solid.
Absolutely solid.
Fantastic.
I can't beat Kona Crush. I got
no. That's pretty good.
Yeah,
I'm going to preemptively go.
Yeah. Chris is beating me at my own game. He comes into my house and beats me at my own game.
Yeah. In the entertainment world, that's what we call a callback.
Yes, I love it.
Tom Morocco.
Tom Morocco. Solid.
I'm trying to be the other Hawaiian wrestler, Darda. I'm trying to help you. Like, who's from Honolulu? Is it Ricky Steamboat from Honolulu? Jack?
Any guess?
Is it my turn?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all you can.
I will say, I might be wrong in this. There's one or two people. I'm going to say it's a very handsome man with a very appropriate last name to match his handsomeness. Who is Ron Darling? Sid Fernandez, isn't it?
It is Sid Fernandez.
Rats.
You would have had it. You would have had it.
No, it's one of those two. I want to go with Ron Darling. I thought that's a better answer.
All right. Here we go, Chris.
We're still going.
just drink more, brother. Just drink more.
It's all good.
Beer, Chris? It's only 11 a.m.
We kind of switch lanes here. All right. It's still baseball, but we switch lanes a little bit after this. This player set a record for being the first to have 50 home runs and 50 stolen bases in the season. You should know this. We talked about him earlier.
You will see him all over Japan.
Oh, who is Shohei Ohtani?
Yeah.
Hey. Nicely done.
I'm winning
around Japan.
I'm winning the baseball game.
Yeah. You didn't know. You didn't know.
Born in Paris, France, lives in Japan, knows everything about baseball. What can't you do, Chris Brookes?
All right.
Be my favorite wrestler. Yeah.
I was 10 minutes ago until you forgot.
What? What?
All right. Chris, you'll know this one. This rock album, released in 1986, was the 7th studio album and first of 4 recorded with a red rocking new singer. The previous singer went crazy from the heat.
Crazy from the heat. Okay. You got in the record? Wait, we're naming the record?
This rock album was released in 1986. It has nothing to do with baseball, but it is we are now into pop culture.
Oh, okay.
Recorded with the red rocking new singer.
I like your previously went crazy from the heat because that song's in my head now.
I don't know the song Crazy from the Heat. Can you sing it for me?
Going crazy from the heat.
Oh, so yeah.
I have no idea. No clue.
I know the band. I just don't know what the first record they did with this new lineup is.
Yes. Well, Crazy would be actually a hint as well.
Oh. Cowboy Jack. Durango?
Any
that's going to be Bad Out of Hell by Meatloaf.
What is Blizzard of Oz?
Yeah,
that's good.
I like it.
All good guesses.
Fuck.
Kevin?
Well, I mean, I know the artist. I just don't remember what the first record was with this red rockin' new singer who apparently taught me that I can't drive 55 and there's only one way to rock.
That's right.
But I can't remember the name of their that first record because there's OU812, but that's not it.
Who's the band? You got nothing to lose now. We can help you.
I mean, Kevin, it would be Van Halen with Sammy Hagar.
Diver Down?
Yes, sir. What?
It's not Van Halen.
It is Van Halen.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, but the theme is 50. The theme is 50.
Well, I can't drive. What is I can't drive 55? Nope. All right.
What is 5150?
Oh,
the album, 1986 album by Van Halen.
The first record with Sammy Hagar singing.
Yes, he went crazy. 5150 is a code for a police code for people going crazy. For those who don't know, Chris, are you familiar with that one?
I'm 33 and British.
Okay.
How dare you not know
buzzing
American
yourself for that one.
police codes?
You gotta buzz yourself for that one, Michael Mondragon.
Don't know American police codes in the 1986 album.
All right.
Thank you, Chris Brookes, for shutting the host down. Thank
All right.
you.
So this one may be more familiar to you, Chris. Okay, so you'll get this one. This Queens rapper was in the club and then went to the candy shop, but later threw out one of the most infamously bad first pitches in Major League Baseball history.
What is 50? Who is 50 Cent?
Yeah.
Yes. And look at this.
What?
Born on July 6th, 1975.
I'm older than him.
You are
Shocking.
just
I'm older
a
than,
little
I'm
bit
older than
older than
everybody.
him.
You're older than Curtis Jackson.
How are you older than he is? Oh wait, no. Oh no. I thought you said, okay. For a second, I thought you said wait. Okay, he's younger than you.
Yes, he's younger by me by like 7 days.
Only 7 days.
Only 7. Wow. What a difference, huh?
I mean, come on. We both looking good. I'm sure I threw a better first pitch than him, Michael Mondragon. Maybe you could put that in post.
Oh, that's true.
You got to put his pitch in post too. He threw one of the worst pitches in baseball history.
So he got shot what, like 9 times?
He did.
Kevin, we're gonna have to shoot you 10 times.
Consecutively.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been Psycho Driver 10 times, probably in one match. So why not? Same.
That's fair.
Well, this is a segment that that I love doing, but I hate the reason why we have to talk about it. We have to talk about this is our Rest in Power segment, and a baseball legend just passed away. This is Dave Parker, the Cobra, and unfortunately, he passed away from Parkinson's. It's really a shame because he was going to be inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame like in a couple months.
No, next month in July. In July. Yeah, in July.
Yeah. So sad to see him go. But Chris, just so you know, Cowboy Jack as well. Like we've talked about Dave Parker, right? Cowboy Jack, you've heard of him before.
He was on the Doc Ellis squad, right?
Yep. Yeah, he was. Yep, he was.
So he played with the Pittsburgh Pirates from 73 to 83. He was on the Reds, the Athletics, the Brewers, the California Angels, and Toronto Blue Jays.
So weren't there always pictures of him like chugging back cigarettes in the dugout?
Yes. Yeah.
Well, this one right here.
with that beautiful hat right there, just like I'm gonna hit my lung dart and just chill out, you know.
Yeah. So for those who don't know, Dave Parker was I was saying this when I heard that he had passed away. He was actually the Pirates' second best right fielder, which is not hyperbole because Roberto Clemente is as far and well known as one of the greatest Pirates players of all time. But Dave Parker not only had a swagger, a 70s swagger, but also, again, smoked in the dugout. This is a classic picture of him. Also in the 70s, also at the end of the 70s, and he wore this hockey mask up at bat, and it was
so good. Yeah, pirate
so
colors,
crazy. It's such a 70s thing to see this. And then he had great shirts like this. Again, the Funkadelic. I can hear the song, but this is a lyric from the song. So yeah, so a lot of those teams in the 70s, he was a big part of. I didn't know if you know this or not, Kevin.
Yes, sir.
Have you ever seen this book?
I don't recall it. It doesn't look familiar. I didn't realize he wrote a book, but I could see him writing a book because that definitely was a thing in like the late, definitely 80s and 90s. A lot of players, it was just easy money to like write your autobiography or get somebody else to write it for you.
Yes. Yeah. So he was, part of those great Pirates teams from the 70s. 2 championships with in 79. Actually, he wasn't on the early Pirates championships.
He joined 73, but I think Doc would have still been there.
Yeah, Doc would have still been there. What's it? Not. I wouldn't say. I was going to say Al Cowlings, but it's actually Al Oliver.
Whoa.
Yes.
Cowboy Jack is my Al Cowlings in case I come and pay trouble. You know what I mean? We know that clearly.
I'll drive that Bronco.
But he was actually on the 89 athletics team at the very end. that won a world championship.
He got 2 World Series championships. Good for him, man.
Yeah, he's in the Pirates and Cincinnati Reds Hall of Fame. In the Baseball Hall of Fame, he'll be inducted next month. And there's
that's awesome.
That's from Gummy Arts, a great depiction of him during those years. I love those cards. And you, at one time, you could get this mask and get it autographed. One time, I don't know how much this was, but I definitely would have loved one of these. I think this is a replica, just like Kevin's Terry Funk Double Cross Ranch. This might be a fake as well, but
excuse me, mine is a game used replica item. All right, it's game used. All right,
game used
after the fact.
Yeah.
Yes, and this was the Project 70 thing that came out recently. They made it like Daft Punk for Dave Parker. I thought that was
right on. That's cool. A nice touch.
Yeah. So again, his days with Cincinnati. I mean, so he had a 290 batting average. He almost had 3,000 hits, 27-12, 339 home runs, 1,493 RBIs. A big part of him is I think he could have been even better and was kind of like overlooked for a long time. Had one of the best arms in right field possibly ever. And definitely this was him in 1989. Still really great. He was a 7-time All-Star. And a NL MVP in 1978. Played for the Brewers. So whenever Chris, whenever we always cheer. Anybody who plays for the Brewers or they brought up, we cheers.
And
Rest in power, Dave Parker. Yes, Dave Power. So he might be on the. He's going to be on the ballot for Diamond Icon in remembrance. But I think that he might be one of those guys we have to do a deeper dive on for the Diamond Icons.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and then here he is for the California Angels.
Yes, sir.
Do you remember him playing for
the Angels? Yeah, I was
91
games.
Do you remember that team, Kevin?
Yeah.
Do you remember the California Angels?
Yes, sir. That's when I was at my. That's why I enjoyed them the most as a young lad. Well, I'm sorry, as a 150-year-old lad, however old I am.
Yes. Well, Chris, this is his favorite team at one time. Favorite.
Yeah. You think something like that's forever, but
you would think.
Nope.
You would think. So rest in power, Dave Parker. And that is a show we have for you this week. And Chris, thank you so much for joining us. I know that you're not a baseball aficionado, but again, you know more about craft beer than most of us. So
I will say, I think that was glossed over a little bit too quickly as not being a baseball aficionado, and I've liked more of a celebration for winning the Jeopardy game.
Yes,
we really breezed on from that quickly. There was no podium, there was no presentation, but it was very fun.
The belt is in the mail.
Oh no! Please, no more belts.
Chris Brookes, you're my favorite wrestler at the game of Baseball Jeopardy.
Oh, there you go. You got some.
Did Bryce and Tony Deppen play it?
No,
but next week somebody else will play, and you'll be kicked down to number 2.
I'll be next week. Zack Sabre Jr. is on the show.
I love it. Well, Chris, where can we find you on all the socials?
Twitter is at Obey Brookes. Instagram is Christopher. You can find me if you want. If you don't want to, it's fine too.
All right.
I have nothing to plug.
Yes, you said you had something to plug, sir. Don't you have a show coming up? Literally,
no. You said feel free to I do wrestling. You can find it if you want. If you don't want it, that's fine too.
I thought you said you have a show today on July 1st.
I do have a show today, and if people want to go watch it, they'll find it. But if they don't want it, that's fine too.
I want to find it. I want to find it. I don't know how because I want to see my second favorite wrestler from Japan.
I live in Tokyo and I run shows in bars. So as you
that's
probably gather, I'm not particularly concerned with appealing to the mainstream. So if the weird shit that I do sounds interesting, you'll be able to find it.
I'll find you.
Amazing. Cowboy Jack, anything you want to plug?
In 3 weeks, I am going to Chicago for the first time. I am going to Wrigley. I'm going to see my first Cubs game. I don't know who they're playing.
Wrigley's a stadium.
Yeah. My man.
I know that one.
Yeah. He is now a novice at baseball.
4 points.
Yes.
So not only will I be doing a Wrigley, but I will also be doing an in-depth brewery tour to report back to you boys about how it's made.
Love it.
They're going to pull the dress back at a brewery for me.
I like it.
Whoa,
it. Can't wait to hear about that. Kevin, what are you up to for your 50th? What are you going to do?
I figure I'm going to die before the day ends. By the time this airs, you'll probably be having fingers crossed. Jack, can I get cut into the death pool? If not, right now, I'm going to just put this mask on and tell Chris Brookes the next time I go to Japan, I'm challenging you one-on-one, either at the beer hall or at Choco Pro. You and me, apparently we have a solo score because we need to find out, are you my favorite wrestler in Japan? Yes or no?
One-on-one, you don't want like a tag or something. It'll be easier. You're gonna have the game for a minute.
A fair point. A tag, please.
He's giving you the training wheels to have a match.
TARO, you have my word. If you come back to Japan again, and this time if you bring your mask, I will. Even if you come in a 10-day span where there is not a show, I'll make a show somewhere and we'll wrestle each other.
Oh my gosh. So Kevin,
and feel free, you can go Super Dragon on me. It's fine because they think I go to Japan. I'm not gonna come. I'm gonna come back in a box. And you know what? Jack may make a ton of money if you put me away for once and for all. And hey, you know what? Maybe you do in the death pool.
So I just got to say, Chris, you showed up on the show and you instantly became a diamond icon, brother. Thank you so much for joining us, bro.
Thank you so much. And thanks, Kevin, guys. Bring your head scissor game. It is on.
Oh, I know.
Book that flight, sunshine.
I will. I'll sleep in my MRI chamber again for a few days, and I will be just pumped and ready to go. Chris Brookes,
bring your voice change is scary.
They'll toughen you up, let me tell you.
For Chris Brookes, for Cowboy Jack Durango, for Kevin Lyon, I'm Michael Mondragon. We'll see you next week for another Baseball Brew Crew podcast. Good night, everyone.